So if you ever worked on a car, snowmobile, a trailer, a boat, anything with 6 to 24 volts, you've probably seen one of these guys and you know what it is. This lets you troubleshoot wiring problems or any kind of electrical issues. It's very simple, very basic, and it's great for what it does, but sometimes you need more, and it's time to move up in the world. So we got something really cool today. We got a replacement for this fellow. We have an electric circuit tester, and this is a more modern version. You can see it's a brilliant tool for the auto electrician and mechanic. So it's basically for auto mechanics or just a home user. You work on cars or anything electrical with 6 to 24 volt. That's where this does. So let me show you what you get in the box. So what you get is you're going to get a nice little piece of paper here, and definitely read this. This is kind of like the instruction manual. It's pretty basic, but it's a pretty simple tool. It gives you some warnings, but on the back part here, you can see it tells you about polarity testing, continuity testing, testing components out of vehicle's electrical system, testing components in vehicle's electrical system, and jumper lead operation. It's pretty straightforward. You clip it on your battery, and then you go on to do some testing. And we'll kind of just gonna go through that outside in a few minutes here. You're going to get a nice little carry bag for storing it. Nice to have that. Some things don't come with bags. I always love when they come in like a little, either a case or a bag. At least you can store it and keep it nice and clean and safe and all the parts in one place. And it did come with some bonus little electrical tape. Always nice to have some electrical tape, 2 5-meter rolls of 18mm tape. Nice to have that. You can always use tape. And the star is the unit itself. And you can see it's a nice red plastic. It's got a nice little bit of weight to it. It's got the probe on it here. It comes with a little cap, and it is quite pointy, so you can kind of back probe wires if you want to, or touch fuses, things like that. It's kind of nice to be able to get into small areas. And of course, it comes with 2 leads, and you're gonna plug these clip them onto your battery. So you got positive and negative here. And if you want to ground out kind of close to where you're working, you can also do that with this guy. And this guy, the little alligator clips connected to the back of this guy, so you can kind of ground out right where you're working. But pretty straightforward. Basically, connect to your battery, and you start probing where you want to probe. And there's 2 lights on here for positive and negative. And you can see negative is green and positive is red. So it's going to show you which one you have. And there's a light, so you can just kind of touch it, and I'll tell you that if you got voltage. But if you want to apply power to a device, say you got like a motor, you're not sure, is it the switch, is it the wiring, is it the motor? You can get it right up to the motor, and if you hit the positive, you can apply your 12 volt straight into that motor and test the motor out. Definitely helps troubleshooting, because a lot of these older guys, they do one thing and one thing only: test for voltage. This guy lets you actually apply voltage, because you're having voltage coming from your battery, so you can apply a positive or negative to it and test things out that way. Really cool to have that. And that's where this guy really shines, being able to do that, as opposed to just doing some probing. Being able to apply power, really cool. And I like these guys, and I like nice and simple. And this guy is nice and simple, and it works really well. So let's go outside, and we'll go outside. We'll just test a few fuses, just to kind of give you an idea how this works. So let's head outside. We're out here at the car. I got the tester right here. And the first thing you want to do is you want to plug in your cables. So you got a positive, and you got your negative. And what I like about this, very long cable, so you can kind of work on wherever you want to on the car, and you got enough length to be able to do that. So make sure you put these on the right spots. Of course, this is the negative one right there, and we'll put it on the positive one. Get it around there really good. There you go. And I'll put it right there. And you can kind of see if you just want to apply voltage to it. So if you want to test like a motor or something like that, you can give it voltage. So it's kind of nice. It just doesn't do testing. You can actually apply voltage to devices to test them out. But I think for most part, you're going to be testing fuses, different back probing. And this guy's nice and pointy, so you can kind of get into some tight areas. And we'll just test a few fuses here. Let's see. Let's see that negative. Negative. Positive. So really nice, handy. What I like about this, the fact that some of the older ones, you really can't apply power. This one is going to let you apply power. So let's say your motor and your window doesn't go up and down. You can get into your motor and give it power, and you'll see if the motor's bad or if it's fuse bad or wiring. It's going to help you just to troubleshoot a lot. And that's where these things really come in handy. But really nice to be able to do that. And the fact that it's got a really long lead and a kind of like little alligator clip, so if you want to ground it out really close to where you're working, you can do that too. So that's kind of nice. But a lot of the older ones are maybe they're designed for like cars from the 70s, 80s, where everything's like right here. And sometimes you have fuse boxes inside your car, and that's where this nice long lead comes in really handy. But all in all, really, really nice. We've got one here we can take a look at too. And this one has actually a test port on the car. So I can test it over here too. There's kind of back probe. There's some here. There you go. So you can back probe and see voltages, if it's positive or negative. I think these are all mostly negative. There you go. So pretty simple, really nice, and you really can't go wrong. This does one thing, and it does one thing really well. Test voltages, and you can apply voltage. Really, really nice. And there you go. A nice little component electrical circuit tester for your automotive uses, or if you have boats, snowmobiles, trailers. I can see this really handy in trailers, especially if you own a trailer. You know how many times lights don't work, and to troubleshoot lighting, very hard to do, electrical problems, and that's where this guy is going to come in really handy, especially if you got a little bit older car, even a newer car. Sometimes you want to decide or determine, is it the switch, is it a wire, is it the component? And this kind of helps you out quite a bit. Without this, there's really no other way to do it, but simple tool, very inexpensive, and definitely every homeowner or automotive person should get one of these. Check it out.